Oi there, elites, how's it going? It's me, your guy Waddles. Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well today. Today, I think it's about time for a party. The party? Well, of course, it's obviously always been the Piglin is over party because, unfortunately, this pink guy right here is sort of old news. It's boring now. It's not cool. It's canceled. Okay, maybe canceled is a little strong, but the Pigman is no longer the ruler of the Nether. That position is now held by the Piglin. So in today's video, we'll be going over just about everything that you need to know about the Piglins. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And don't forget about those notifications. This video is being shot in the 20W08A snapshot. Things could change later. If that does happen, I'll leave a pinned comment down below this video. Piglins. This pig, this creature, this thing right in front of us is a Piglin. The Piglin has a really cool looking model. Its head is kind of wide and the ears are flappy. I seriously love how this creature looks. Piglins have a total of 16 health. These mobs were first announced at Minecon in 2019 and later added in the 20W07A snapshot in 2020. That was the second Nether update snapshot. Now, Piglins are Nether mobs, so that means you'll need to go to the Nether to actually find these creatures. Once you're in the Nether, you should probably head to a Crimson Forest, or maybe the Nether Waste biome. Piglins spawn most commonly in Crimson Forest, but they can spawn in the Nether Waste biome. The Nether Waste biome is the biome that looks like the old Nether. The Crimson Forest, well, that's the forest with all of the red. Within those biomes, Piglins have the chance to spawn in groups of 1 to 3. Piglins have a 25% chance to spawn as a baby Piglin. Piglins can spawn with either a gold sword or a crossbow. They can also spawn with random gold armor. Now, like most other mobs in Minecraft that can spawn with equipment, Piglins can also drop that equipment when are despawned by the player. Piglins have an 8.5% chance to drop any naturally spawned equipment upon death. That includes gold swords, crossbows, and gold armor. Now, of course, this drop percentage can be increased with looting. Each level of looting raises that drop chance by an additional 1%. That means with looting 3, the naturally spawned equipment will have an 11.5% chance to drop. Piglins will also currently drop 5 experience. Of course, we're currently in snapshots, so these amounts might change later on. Now, Piglins can not only drop equipment, but they can also pick things up. A Piglin can currently equip any piece of equipment in Minecraft. This is pretty crazy. Definitely don't let your elytra fall on the ground near the Piglin, or it might just pick it up. This also definitely includes netherite. Now, if a Piglin finds equipment that it considers more desirable, it will drop the other one that it was previously wearing on the ground. Now, Piglins love gold. They're obsessed with the stuff, and will always drop any equipment that they're wearing, if it isn't gold, for gold. So if we go ahead and give this Piglin gold armor, definitely clown armor, the Piglin will examine it for a while and then decide to equip it. Now, as you've noticed, the Piglin's head looked a little weird with the turtle shell helmet. That's currently a bug, but kind of interesting. I just wanted to show you guys that Piglins can definitely wear turtle shell helmets as well. Now, once a Piglin is wearing gold, it won't unequip the gold for any other armor. The other armor is pretty much worthless to the Piglin. Even netherite, yeah, it really likes gold armor. The same thing goes for tools. If a Piglin is holding a crossbow, you can actually throw the Piglin a gold tool. It will pick it up, examine it, just like that right there, which is really cool, by the way, and then eventually trade the crossbow out for the gold tool, even if it's a gold hoe. Yes. Now, technically, because the heads are considered equipment as well, that means Piglins can equip all heads that the player can equip. So the dragon head, carved pumpkin, all of those head blocks, yep, definitely. Which means you can spawn custom heads in of your favorite YouTuber, maybe Netho or something, and then give it to a Piglin, and the Piglin will wear that head, or it should. Which is pretty interesting. This looks definitely very cursed. Now, adult Piglins can do this, and baby Piglins as well. So even the children are involved in this. Quite weird, but it definitely is a thing. I hope the devs don't change this. Now, if you need your equipment back, you can either A, give the Piglin some gold equipment, or B, just kill the Piglin. Any equipment that is given to a Piglin has a 100% drop rate, so don't worry, you can get your elytra back. Now, I hold a strong belief, I will not budge on this, that on this channel, we do not test on baby Piglins. So the following numbers are for adult Piglins without any gold armor on. Let's say you want to get rid of these piglins. Well, then you'll need something to get rid of them with. If you're using an iron sword, you're going to have to swing 3 times. With a diamond sword, 3 times as well. A netherite sword, however, will remove an adult piglin in 2 hits total, which is pretty good. Now, piglins are pretty strong. You're definitely going to want to be careful. The crossbow piglins honestly aren't bad, but the sword ones, without any armor, again, they're strong. Be very careful. Baby piglins will never attack you. They will only run. Piglins will, naturally, be aggressive to the player, so if you see them, you should probably get moving, because they are strong. Be careful. But fortunately, the devs have presented us with a beautiful workaround, which is actually a really cool mechanic. If you're not into the idea of fighting piglins, you'll need to go ahead and find yourself some gold armor. Any piece of gold armor will do. You do not need a full set of gold armor. You could have something like this right here, and you will be safe from the piglins. If you're wearing a piece of gold armor, like these pants right here, piglins won't care about you at all. But as soon as those come off, then the piglin is not going to be very happy. But if you put them right back on, the piglin will eventually cool down, and you're cool again with the piglin if you're wearing gold armor, unless you hit the piglin. If I hit the piglin, it's just going to be mad at me no matter what. Even if I'm wearing gold armor, piglins don't enjoy being hit, so if you're not trying to fight them, don't hit them. These big creatures have a few things that will aggravate them no matter what, even if the player is wearing gold armor like myself. One of those things is opening chests. If I open this chest, and if the piglin wanders close enough, it will get frustrated. This is going to be the same for chests as it is for trap chests, ender chests, barrels, and shulker boxes. Yes, even shulker boxes. So if we put this over here and open this, that piglin is not cool with that. Piglins will also not like it when the player mines a gold block near them as well. They are obsessed with gold, but thankfully, if they pick up anything, they'll be cooled down for a minute, so you have a little bit of time to get away. So just really be careful. They're strong. On the other hand, piglins will actually not care if the player mines gold ore near them. They're cool with that. Players can also interact with furnaces with gold inside of them and take the gold, and piglins still don't care. Players can also remove gold things from item frames, and they also do not care. So it's really just mining gold blocks and opening and closing chests. It does not matter if there is gold inside of the chest or not. If it's a chest and it's opened, even if it's filled with diorite, the piglins aren't going to like that. Now, piglins behave interestingly with the other new nether mob. The other new nether mob is, of course, the hoglin. I haven't made an in-depth video on the hoglin yet, but definitely keep your eyes out for that. If you haven't subscribed yet, now's a beautiful time. But anyways, piglins and hoglins aren't enemies, but they're definitely not friends. Piglins from time to time will decide to hunt hoglins. Now, this hoglin battle, this hoglin fighting thing is pretty balanced unless the piglins outnumber the hoglin. If the piglins outnumber the hoglin, unfortunately, the poor hoglin has no chance at all of survival, really. Even though the hoglin is a tank and has way more health than the piglins, it just doesn't stand a chance when outnumbered. This battle is really cool, and the relationship is unlike any other relationship in Minecraft. And yeah, hoglins can really throw piglins. Piglins don't only have a toxic relationship with hoglins, they also don't really get along with wither skeletons either. The reasoning behind this? No clue at all. They just don't like wither skeletons. Piglins don't really care about normal skeletons in this way, they're cool with them. Now, usually this battle seems to be balanced in the favor of the piglin, but the wither skeletons do sometimes manage to get rid of the piglins as well. So if you're making a zoo, don't put the piglins, the hoglins, and the wither skeletons in the same exhibit, you'll have a problem. So piglins like to pretend like they're all tough and mighty and cool and everything, but they're actually not. They have a few weaknesses. Piglins are really creeped out by the brand new soulfire and also zombie pigmen. So if we put a soulfire torch right here, these piglin will run away from it. They definitely didn't like that. If I put one over here, they're gonna freak out and start running around. If I remove this one and put a soul lantern there, they still definitely don't like the soul lantern. Now they can see through the wall too. If I put soulfire over there, they're kind of freaked out. Now we could really bother them and put the soulfire right in the middle, and now they don't know what to do at all, which is kind of funny. Now, if we go ahead and get rid of all of the soulfire, the soul lantern, sorry piglins, it's cool. They will eventually calm down. But if we put this guy in here, they're stressing out again. The zombie pigman doesn't even know what's going on. It's just standing there, and these guys are freaking out. I don't know. This part really cracks me up. The poor zombie pigman just wants a friend. And the Piglins are like, no way, I'm not having any of that at all. Now, I'm really hoping that in some of the later Nether update snapshots, this fear of Soulfire is explained in some way. I think some sort of lore tie-in would be really, really cool to see. My biggest idea is the following. Mojang implements a Soulfire mob that is way stronger than the Piglin and instantly aggroes to the creatures and pretty much always wipes the guys out. That's why they won't have anything to do with Soulfire. I don't know, just an idea. I think it would be really cool. So far, Piglins have quite a bit of depth to them. There's a lot of interesting mechanics that other mobs just don't have. Piglins are really, really cool. But what if I told you the coolest mechanic hasn't even been talked about yet? If I told you that, would you believe me? Because that's definitely the case. So Piglins have a trading system. Now, to be clear, we're still really early on in the Nether update snapshots. Piglins were pretty much just added, so this might change later on. But as of the 20W08A snapshot, this is how bartering works. If you find a Piglin in the Nether, and of course you're wearing gold so they're not angry at you, you can actually walk up to them and give them gold ingots. 1 gold ingot is consumed upon bartering. The Piglin will then look at that gold ingot and be fascinated with it. Now, if you take a look at my inventory, I actually received something as soon as I gave the Piglin that gold ingot. The Piglin just bartered with me. I gave the Piglin gold. The Piglin said, hey, that piece of gold is worth 4 red mushrooms. How kind of the Piglin. Baby Hoglin, I'm sorry. This isn't the only way that you can barter with the Piglin, actually. If for some reason you don't like the idea of handing the Piglin the gold, you can just throw the gold ingot on the ground, and the Piglin will eventually pick it up. But you can only barter with adult Piglins. If I give the gold ingot to the baby Piglin, like I just did, the baby Piglin just keeps the profit and gives you nothing in return. So yeah, make sure you give it to an adult Piglin. Now, there are actually some pretty good items that you can get from bartering. Some of these items are more rare than others. We'll start with the most common items, which are the worst ones, and then go over to the rarest ones. The following items have approximately a 9.17% chance to be received when bartering. These are the items right here. Now, this chest and the 3 other ones that you're about to see have a bit of an organization system. We have 1 soul sand on the top, which is the minimum, and then 4 soul sand on the bottom, which is the maximum. That means from one single barter with a Piglin, you have the chance of receiving 1, 2, 3, or 4 soul sand. That is the same with all of these other items here. Next up, at approximately a 4.59% chance, so about twice as rare, we have these items right here. You do have the chance to receive the brand new Shroomlight light block from Piglins, but you can only receive 1 if you do receive that from bartering. All of the other item amounts are as follows. Getting even more rare at approximately a 1.83% chance are these items right here. And then finally, the rarest items are definitely the best items. These are the items right here. Now, if you end up getting warped Nylium, I'm sorry, that's a big bummer because obsidian or quartz is a whole lot better. Overall, probably the best thing that you can receive from Piglins as of the recording of this video is the quartz right here. Assuming current version gold farms make it out of the Nether update relatively unscathed, then farming quartz will become very, very easy. Find a Piglin, keep bartering with it, and reap in the profits. Now, I ran a bit of an experiment. I bartered with a Piglin 10 times. This is what I received. Each time is laid out here in the chest. So the best thing that I received is the obsidian, second best is the Shroomlight. The rest of the stuff here, pretty much garbage. Now, currently, the only cooldown, the only limiter, the only thing that stops you from bartering is really the Piglin's fascination with the gold. While a Piglin is staring at a gold ingot, it cannot barter, but as soon as it's done, you can actually barter with a Piglin again. I have a feeling a cooldown might be added later on, but as of right now, that is how it works. Bartering is very, very easy. Somewhat interestingly, currently, even if the Piglins don't like you, you can actually barter with them and cool them down a little bit, but it's probably just easier to get a pair of gold boots and come back. That might work a little bit better and might be a whole lot safer. Finally, when in combat with players, Piglins have 2 different, I guess, attack choices here. If a Piglin has a sword, it will just charge the player and keep attacking. The Piglins with the swords are a little bit more dangerous. However, if a Piglin has a crossbow and the player charges it, it will actually back up, which is really, really cool. I like that. Now, a few more cool things about Piglins. As you actually just saw there, Piglins can open and close doors, but they don't know how to deal with fence gates, so they're pretty much just like villagers. If a Piglin makes it into the overworld, it currently won't have too long in the overworld. As soon as a Piglin enters the overworld, it will begin shaking like it currently is. After about 20 seconds, the Piglin will be converted to a zombie pigman. That zombie pigman will have the weakness effect for a little bit. As you can see, the particle effects, that's weakness. Now, piglins can also actually drown in water, but because of the whole shaking thing, they'll actually never end up drowning. They'll turn to zombie pigman first. And so, with drowning piglins, I think we've covered just about everything that there is to know about the piglin as of the 20W08A snapshot. What's your favorite part about piglins? Which behavior, which mechanic do you like the most? Definitely let me know in the comments below. If you haven't left a like yet, do me a favor and change that right now. If you haven't subscribed, you should also change that right now. Don't forget about the notification bell. I upload every single day, and you definitely won't want to miss an upload. Links are in the description, merch is down below the video. Today, I'd like to send a big thank you, a big shout out to my patron, Eric the Creeper. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you all for watching. That was an elite move of you. Until next time, stay cool. It's me, your boy Waddles. Goodbye.